Good morning to you. So we've just completed the orchids. You can see them in the background here. And I thought I wanted to go on to a modular. My modulars are my favorite, but I thought we're still in the flower kind of, I guess, season, because it's May. April showers bring May flowers, and I thought I have another flower set, so might as well just do that too. So what we're going to be doing is from the botanical collection, we'll be doing the flower bouquet. Now this one was made before. It's hard to navigate when you're looking at yourself kind of mirror image. It falls into the category of the botanical collection, the orchid back here, but this one was made much earlier than that. This one is, I gotta stop pointing because I can't figure it out. This one was made just recent. So the one thing I do know about this set is that it is 3 bags, and that's all I really do. Because remember, I like little surprises along the way. I don't like to read everything or figure out everything before I build. And the only reason I look up how many bags there are is to see how many videos we're going to make. So per bag, we do video. So that means we will be doing 3 videos. 3 bags, 3 videos. And now I'll say good afternoon, because we had a big jump from where I started recording to now. And I think I've talked about this before. I no longer want to make silent videos and fill them in with music when other employees come in. That's what I was doing previously, is when I was building, I would just continue building, but I wouldn't say anything because they're working and it would disrupt them. But I don't like that. I don't like being silent for you when you're watching. And so I'll just end the video and then pick up where I left off. So where I left off, I told you pretty much everything what we're going to do. But still, I have a couple more things today to say as far as introduction to this set and to future videos. Let's talk about this set here first. This set, as well as the orchid that we just built back there, I'm not going to point around again, are plant-based plastic. So the Legos are made out of plant-based plastic, and from what I've been reading, they're trying to continue to do that down the road in the future, and I'm all for that. I love it when we can find an eco-friendly, just a helpful way to continue having fun. But here's where I might be a little concerned. The plastic, I hope they've tested it enough to where they don't have the problem that they do currently with the newer plastic change that they did from when they first started. It's the cracks in the Legos after displaying them for a small amount of time. I'll give you an example. Here is my Ghostbusters set from 2014 when I built it. Now 2014, right now it's 2022. 2014 wasn't that long ago, but you can see all along here little cracks, and I know it might not be visible here in the camera to you, so I'll take a couple pictures and show them to you, but there's cracks almost every Lego. Not only that, the back of each minifigure's foot is cracked, right where the hole is at the base. And this guy lost his it's not a backpack. I can't remember what it would be called right now. I'll just say backpack for now to speed things along. He lost his backpack because the clip here on the back cracked also, and it can't hold it anymore. It can't hold it into place. And it's not just these small characters. I have here you know, with these, there's a little crack at the top of this piece right here. Ooh, and this just fell off because it's not, this is a 1x1 half cheese slope, and it's cracked right at the back here, and it just fell off because it's not gripping anymore because it's got that crack. And all these small pieces, there's that clip has been busted off. That's why there's no antenna there anymore. It's just off to the side because it doesn't hold anymore. That's my concern for the future of Legos and the eco-friendly plastic. I am very hopeful that this new plastic will last a lot longer than these ones. And by the way, these ones that I've displayed for the time since 2014, this one right here has been out of sunlight. It's been in an area where it hasn't been played with. It's been taken well care of. You can see probably the white Lego pieces are discoloring, which is normal, but it is very well taken care of. I've even taken pieces apart to clean them as they get dusty, and just run some something over it, not a cloth, but just kind of an aerosol can to keep the dust off. And I don't seal them. That's one step further, I guess, that you could take care of them, but I don't abuse this, and they cracked over that short of time. So I'll say that's enough for me talking about the new plastic. I just am very hopeful that they found a way with this new plant-based plastic to not have any more problems with cracks. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about before we start building is something I talked about in a video just previous, a couple videos back maybe, that I wanted to put something in my videos, to a marker of some kind, as a reference to me when I'm looking at the video later, because they can be rather lengthy, and certain parts of the video probably could be sped up, or if I can't get a good enough, I can show a piece well enough, I can make a marker for me to look at to where I need to put a photo in, a close-up or something like that. And I'm going to use my GAN cube. And the reason I chose this is when I'm using the manual to build these sets, right when you first start and right towards the very end, it's hard to keep the magazine or book open because it's trying to go with the heavy side, whichever way. So I'm going to use this as a weight to hold that down. So I'm just experimenting with this, so it may work, it may not. So when I'm doing something that is not so repetitive or very long, I'm going to keep on the green in the video. And that means I don't need to edit it. We're just going to continue on. But all of a sudden, if there's a bunch where I have to repeat a bunch of pieces 20 times, and each piece takes about 3 minutes to make, I want to speed that up. So I'm going to flip it to red. And that way I can see in the video, oh, it's red. Let's go to that place and shorten it for you guys. That way you don't have to see me just repeat that process. I can just continue, and I can just make the video much shorter and more, not exciting, but more tolerable, I guess. So that's all I have to say. And I don't know how long that intro was, but I'm glad that YouTube has a way to create chapters. So now we're on the chapter of let's build. So first thing first, let's open the box. And now this is, again, one of these boxes that doesn't fold in after you're done using it, so that you can continue later. It's just once you open it, it's open. Right here, we have some places to push your thumb in and punch a hole, a half circle in the back. and then you just tear it open from the bottom. So now that it's open, it can't, there's no tab to keep it closed for now. So dump those out. We can still display the box though. I don't think we really need to. That's the back. I wonder if you're interested in the box. It shows the picture on front, just the display, and some examples of where you can display it on the back. Just shows right here that these Legos are a plant-based plastic, and then some of the other things that you don't need to read that are very, very boring. Yeah, just what's recyclable and what's not. I'm going to move this out of the way. And sort this. So here's our little booklet right here. And we have bags 1. There's a couple for 2. And then, oh, we have another one for 1. And then number 3, there's 1 bag by itself. Let's get rid of 3 and 2. By the way, you see, I'm already failing at this. I've left it at red, so I'm gonna have to go in and notice that I don't need to speed anything up. We're good, we're green to go. So once I turn it to red, then I'll, you see, it's one of those things where I'm trying it out. If I keep failing that many times, maybe I won't do it anymore. All right, we got those. We also have a bunch of very long axles. I think these are 32 axle. I don't know if the number is on there, but I know the book should say it when we get to those pieces. So those are some there's no number on the bag. All right, the book. We have each flower and a description of each flower and the variations of flower type there are, and a longer explanation for each flower, which I won't read to you. I'll just show you the flowers that we're going to be creating. We're going to be doing a rose, more than one. We're going to do roses. We're going to do snapdragons. We're going to do lavender, and we're going to do aster, and we're going to do the common daisy, California poppy, and that's it for flowers. Now we do have a message from the designer. Usually every single one of these has one, and we have in different languages, so that's all just the message from the designer. And then we have what I talked about earlier, and I don't need to talk too much. You know, maybe I'll read this. It's short. This is the plant-based plastic that Lego is going for. The Lego Group is working to build a more sustainable future for children. Currently, more than 80 Lego elements, including trees, leaves, and bushes, are made from plant-based plastic. Plant-based plastic produced using sustainably sourced sugar cane plants from plants. These elements represent the first step of a bigger mission to make Lego bricks from sustainable resources by 2030. Good job, Lego. I'm hopeful. All right. It shows what bags will be doing what. So it looks like today we'll be doing the common daisy, and 2 common daisies and 3 roses. All right. Put that right there for now. It's out of frame. I got to bring it back here more. Yeah, there we go. Just put it. Okay, John, don't spend so much time doing that. Let's dump out the Legos. I'm always happy when I have this sorter here. And when I'm at home and I forget it, it's not so fun because I'm using plates and bowls. This is just in case we need to divide even a little bit more, but this comes with it's just a big plastic container, probably was used for beads or something. Some measurements on here, rulers, conversions here. I don't use those really, so you can tell it was some arts and crafts box. But it does have ways to divide Legos. That's why I enjoy it. The color is a bit bright, but it's the best for what I'm using it, or what I'd like to use it for. I'm going to put the axles up here for now. They're not bag one. Let's take the big bag first and dump the big pieces into the big container. Then we'll take the small pieces that were in that, and seeing as there's just a lot of these 2x2 white pieces and a few axles and pins and other things, I'm going to put those in one of the small containers, the smaller ones. And these, which are also small, there looks like there's a lot more variation, I think it's right. So I'm just going to spread those out in this big one. Okay. So the first thing we need is a 3M pin. It looks like it has a cross hole on this side, and then a 2M non-friction. No, that's a friction pin on that side. We need one of those. Then we need 2 of these. These are interesting. They have a hole in the middle and 4 clips on around the outside. Now we just slide these on the pin. 1, 2. No, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Probably 2 does go, but I have to turn the page. I'm sorry. We only needed 1 of these. I'm going to put this back. No, I have not had coffee and I'm not energetic. I'm just excited that I'm starting a new Lego set. Let's do that. So I've created that piece, and we need 4 of these. Still haven't figured out what these would be called yet. There's a little hole in the bottom and a place to clip on the top. I guess that would be a handle. And I need 4 of those. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to place the handle in each one of these clips. So, which way do I want to do this? I think like this. Now, are these black or very dark green? No, they got to be black. Remember, I'm quite colorblind. This almost looks the same as this right there, and I know that's green. Now, black, I don't know how I got that confused with green, but maybe it's because I just pulled it out of the bunch that was next to it. Or maybe I'm just silly. Now we need one of these, if I can find it. Here we are. The last time I used one of these was with Bart Simpson as his slingshot. And what it looks like is just a twig, a brown twig. You can see it there. And we just place it in, whoa, going across, in one of these holes like this. And then these should be turned upward a bit. The ones with the handles. So you kind of see, yeah. I like this spot better. You can see so much more. Whenever I go to a different place, I don't have as good of lighting. Right, so now we're going to create, I'm going to put that there because now we're going to create the flower part. And we're going to need one of these. Actually, we need 3 of those. And then we need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Now these are, I don't know definition of these, but I know these are 2x2 round plates right there. And then we need 24 of the ones that I was talking about earlier, the 2x2 white ones. So, do I want to count out 24 or leave them because they're all right here anyway? I'm going to leave them here. So this is, we need 24 of these, but I'm leaving them right here. So what we're going to be doing is creating 3 common daisies. Side note, I'm going to start reading what's in these little manuals. There's little interesting facts along the way. You know that little thing that I called a slingshot that we put in there? It says the small brown leaf element is more commonly used in other Lego sets as the carrot top. That makes sense. Be a top of a carrot if it was green, and the carrot on the bottom. Okay, we learned something. Now, okay, with the 24 white pieces, these 3 pieces and these 3 2x2 circle tile, we're going to create 3 daisies. So we start with this and we add 4 of these like so. Okay, 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go around like this. Okay. 4 of those. Now we add 4 more, but we're going to turn each one like this. Can you see that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. See what they're getting at right there? Now we take this and just place it on the top right there in the middle. And then we have a daisy. Now, I have to make 3 of these. So I'm gonna use the GAN cube to speed things up. We already know how 1 of them is made, so we're just making 2 more. And here we go. And there we have it. We got 3 of those. Okay, now these 3 extra ones that we didn't put the carrot top thing into, we place the daisies. 1, 2, and 3. Cool. So we've completed that. Well, it's not fully complete, but completed. Now here we come over here and we grab a axle, one axle, a 32M axle piece, And they're going to be using a lot of these for each flower, so that's why there's so many. Duh. And we just put this in here, and we have completed and finished this. Now the instructions say make this 2 times. So I'm going to go and start at the very beginning again and create all this, all of what we've just done, a second time. Here we go with the GAN cube again. All right, here we are, and we've completed 2 of these. Just about. I have a little note here. It says this stem right here is made from a 32M Lego Technique axle piece. Didn't we already know that? Well, some people don't. I like the interesting facts where it tells you what these other pieces have been used for. All right, we got 2 of those. So before we start building the next flowers, I actually reserved, not really reserved, I found in a pile of other vases that were about to be tossed out this, and I'm hoping this will make, because this set does not come with a vase. It says that on the box. I'm hoping this will make them look really nice. But this is the one we're going to be using to put the flowers in. I'm going to scoot these here and put this here and start putting our flowers. Oh, is it too? It might be too. It might be too big. I can solve that because the base is all the way clear to the bottom. I'll just fill this part up with something later. But for now, I'm just going to put the ones that we've completed into here. Now, let's make a rose, or 3 roses. We will need one of these, which has been used. The last time I used this was as a steering wheel for the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 right here. I'll keep that one off to the side. And the steering wheel in there turns. Maybe you can see it. Doesn't this door open? Oh, John, just show them with the door open. That's where I last used that piece. So there's steering wheel pieces. And now that you've seen that, maybe you're asking yourself, or asking me, why does it look so funny? Why does it not look complete? Well, I wanted it to look like the old 1958 Miller Meteor hearse ambulance. The old ambulances back in the days where the funeral homes and hospitals would work together. They could go pick up a dead body or someone who's hurting and needs to go to the hospital in that same vehicle. So I wanted it to be a little bit more, have more of that look. I always keep the pieces because I tend to change my mind later and want to make it complete. Not only that, I did show you before the other Ecto 1 that I have from 2014, and that one's complete, except for the antenna, which is off to the side. But all that to say, that's a steering wheel, and we need one of those. Now we need a 2x2 round brick, and that's going to go right on top of that steering wheel. And Did I jump ahead? I jumped ahead. I'm confusing myself. First we need, we're going to go backwards a step. First we start with a steering wheel and a 2x2 round plate, and that goes on top of the steering wheel. Now, when I turn the page, I need another steering wheel and then this piece, the 2x2 round brick. So this steering wheel goes on top of that, and the what do you call those things in the steering wheel that go from the middle of the steering wheel to the outside? I don't know. Somebody can tell me. But we line them up. We line those two up. We don't put it like a X or whatever. So then this goes right on top, and there we're back on track again. Now we need two of these snot pieces. It's weird calling them snot. I just discovered that they're called snot pieces, and snot stands for studs not on top. Well, because they're on the side. So I don't know how they're determined differently, though. I would call this, if I was guessing, a 1x2 snot 2x4 up, I guess, because they can go down. And it's probably wrong, but you can see it there. You can see what I'm talking about. Now we take these two and just put them opposite of each other on top like that. And then we bring in a couple of these pieces. They look like wings. Oh, well, let's get getting out of frame. There's I haven't used these much, but that's kind of the shape of them. And on the bottom is a 1x2. And you put them on the side of these snot pieces like that, opposite of each other. Okay, now what we're going to do is the exact same thing we just did with these, by taking these two and then these two pieces. Let's put them on here, just like the other ones. And we're gonna fill in this space here. So it goes like this. Okay, they're gonna be opposite of each other, like that. Now we take a 2x2 tile with a single button on top, and we put it down into that center. Push that in place. You see, like that. And we need one of these. Would this be considered a snot piece? I mean, it's got the studs on the sides, so I would assume it's a 1x1 with the buttons on every single side. We need one of those and 4 of these. And the last time I used these, I used them in a Lego Batman set where Lego and Penguin were together, and this was the bill for the penguins. It's just a 1x1 with a kind of a that coming off the side. I need 4 of those. And we're going to place them on these buttons on the side, and they're going to be upward like that. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Okay. that. And we place it on that button right there in the middle. And we place it not, you can't just push it in like this because the buttons are too far out. You have to put them in like that. There's only one way it can fit. And the buttons kind of go to each corner there. Stick out in each corner. Now, we need 4 of these pieces, and it tells us don't get it confused with these pieces right here. Now, what's the difference? Can you see that one's more flat? The other one, this would be the front of a Lego car, I guess, like the hood of one. So we need this one, and we need 4 of them. And then we need 4 1x2 with the clip, 1x2 plate with the clip, and then 4 1x2 tiles right here. 2, 3, 4, and I'm getting out of frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I take this 1x2 tile here and just place it on top to make it smooth. Cover up those 2 buttons there on all 4 of these. Then underneath this 1x2 plate with the clip goes right underneath, out like that. Okay, so let's do that. 2, 3, and 4. Now we place them. We'll put the bottom side up, hold them bottom side up, and we clip them at every corner here, at every corner. So let's see, hopefully you can get it. Oops, whoa, I'm going out of frame. Like that. Okay, so just repeat that process all the way around. Like that. Okay, and then we just tells us to turn them up, and now we have that. Okay, now we pull out those other pieces that it told us not to confuse with, and we need 4 of those. I heard a ding. What does that mean? Nothing. I'm ignoring it. Must be a computer thing, a notification. Or maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I'm going crazy. We're going to need 4 more of the 1x2 plate with the clip on the side, along the side, and we just put those on top like that of each one of these, so we have 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it tells us to flip this over, so we're going to do that, and to clip these on it doesn't really give us, it kind of doesn't really say line them up with these ones, but it doesn't look like it's right down the middle of this area. But I'm going to go with, whoa, they're breaking already. I'm going to go right down the middle of the corner there. No, It can't be it. Oh, I'm sorry, I put it on the wrong steering wheel, down one. So I kind of just lined it up in that corner. As you can see, I'll pull these two out for reference. So that's where I put it. It kind of looks like in the manual here, it looks like it's halfway between being in the center with this and halfway in between being the center of the corner here. But I'm just going to line them up there. Maybe if I follow the instructions, it'll... No, I'm just going to go with what I started with. Sorry to waste your time. So do that 4 times all the way around. And actually, if you're going to do that, it's going to line up with one of these, the thing that I can't name, the steering wheel, from the center to the steering wheel part. Okay, now we put that up. Now, does that look... Let me read something real quick. Now, it says here, the outer pedal elements are more commonly used as engine hoods and car roofs in other Lego models. Sorry. So we already knew that. It looks like the front of a car because the wheels would go here. I think I did already mention that. So the light nougat tone is an existing but not widely used color in the Lego palette. Huh, so they don't use this color that often. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. We're still not done. Sorry that we're still not done. We got to create the stem. Now we need these gray axles, the 3M axles. We need one of those. And then we need these axle connectors. Now we used these in the last set back there. I'm still doing it. I'm pointing the Orchid. We used a lot of these, and they have the cross hole on either side, and that's why they're axle connectors. And it's about 3M in length. And we just push it in like that. Simple. Push that axle in there, and then making this the top, the gray axle, we throw on another one of these. Remember these with the hole, and then the 4 clips on the side, just right on top there. It can spin, but it probably won't once we put on the next one. We need, this is another axle connector that we used last time, but it's kind of curved a bit, and right in the middle it has a hole. And we just place that on top here. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. We just place it on top like that. And then we put another axle, red one, right in there at the top there, like that. And then we put another one of these axle connectors that's curved and has a hole in the middle on top of that. Kind of see how far we've gotten. Now we take 2 small studs. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that. I just had an after-hours customer pop in, and I helped him out. So we left off putting these. We needed 2 of these studs, and I only grabbed 1. 2. And what we're going to do with these studs is, if I'm still holding it like this so you can see, put 1 on this side, obviously the button side toward the stem, and we're going to put it in that hole. And then if I'm going to turn it, I'm going to put this one on this side. Okay, like that. Yeah, that's a good view. So we put those two studs there. Now, we'll grab two of these. They look like thorns, which makes sense. These are roses. Two of these, and we're going to place them in those studs. Studs? Did I just confuse myself? We're just going to place them in those Lego pieces that we just placed on. And it looks like it doesn't matter which way we display them, it's just thorns sticking out. So, studs. Yeah, that's what they're called. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Now we need 8 of these axle connectors and 8 of these axles. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to make a long line of these. Put the axle in here, and then put the axle connector here, and axle connector, and repeat until you're finished. There. And we're creating our own stem now rather than using that 32M axle that they provided. Okay. Now before I put one in at the very end, well, I guess it doesn't matter because I could flip it around if it needs to. It doesn't matter which way the end is. So, okay. We'll just call that the end. And we put that up here. Like that. I'll turn it upside down. So you can see, well, my tie is blocking the view. So we have a rose stem. And then we need a leaf, green leaf. Now this is interesting. It's interesting. It goes right, so we just put it on. It doesn't matter where because it spins, so it's gonna move around anyway. We put it with so it's kind of curved like that. This would be the top side if I'm making a reference, and this would be the bottom side. You know what they look like to me? They look like pterodactyl wings, not leaves. But you know what, actually? Making a wild guess here, because I've never built any of the Jurassic Park Legos yet. I'm making a wild guess that this is an actual pterodactyl wing, and they're reusing it as a leaf. And yeah, I'm making that guess. And I'm probably right, because I'm always wrong. Or is it I'm never wrong? So you just put it on there, like so. Or yep, just like that, with the bottom side down. Now it is very loose. Like I can, well, whatever. I'm just playing right now. Now let's take another axle connector and a 3M axle here. We put that 3M axle in the axle connector. What are we doing? Oh, excuse me. Let's not start this yet. I'm going to go backwards 2 steps. Yep. That looks like a pterodactyl wing. Okay, on to the next step. Now, actually the next step is making another one of these, exactly the same. So to speed things up here, I'm creating another one of these. I'm going to use my GAN cube again. Okay, so now we've created 2 rose stems, and I did notice something. I changed this out with a different wing because the wing that I pulled out, you know what? I'm silly. They're all the same. They're all the same. And I replaced this one because I thought I had one opposite of it. I thought it went kind of like this. But they're all the same. Silly me. So disregard what I just said about replacing the wing or the leaf. Anyways, we have 2 rose stems. Now, back to the part where I had to go in reverse, is we're going to make another rose stem, but this one's going to be a little bit different. And we start with axle connector and then a 3M axle, and that goes on the top. Then we put on another one of these with the clips on the side. Put on top of that an axle connector. So now looks like that. Then we go with a red axle or a red axle, and then just go on top of that with an axle connector. Okay, it seems to be repeating like these other 2, but this one is different. So and it will go a lot faster if I don't stop and talk. What we're going to do is make 8. We're going to need 8 of these, the axles, and 8 of these axle connectors, and we're just going to make a long stem. So we'll just put these together pretty quickly here. So we have like that, like that, like that, and that. We're at 4. So we're speeding along. Boop. And that should be 8. I'll double check by counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. And then we just place this right under here. To make a straight stem. So that's the only real difference. Is this one is curved at the top. This one is completely straight all the way up. And I'm assuming we add a wing or leaf. They look more like wings. When we do, we add that last one that's similar to the rest. And then we place the rose on top. We just press it down. Hang on a second. I want to make sure. I feel like maybe I missed a step on the rose because I don't see anything anyway to connect to the axle connector. Maybe I missed the last step where I was supposed to put something on the bottom. Yes, I was supposed to place one of these right in the bottom here. And there's a cross hole at the bottom of this rose. Push that on, and then it will go right on top. Let's these clips, since they're single clips, are pretty easy to pop off. So I'm going to press in the middle instead of from the side. And I guess I could have just put it like that and pushed down. But that is one rose complete. Now, we need to create 2 more of the flower part, 2 more of those roses. And so in doing that, I'm going to speed things up. Let's set that here. I'm going to put the stems here. I'll set this here-ish, here like that. And so I'm going to make 2 more of these real quick. Okay, there we go. And this might be very helpful that I'm speeding things up, and it'll help you folks and me at the same time using this GAN cube. Now, there's a little note here that says using traditional Lego C-snap elements allows the petals to move. Well, we know that they can pop off pretty easy too. They're very, very easy to move. A little too easy. And if these crack in time, going back to talking about the plastic, if these crack in time, these will all fall off. These will all pop off because it's a big element being held by a little clip, each one. I need to put these, I forgot to put these parts in, and then we can just put them on the stems. So we got that. One is complete, and I know I didn't push these in all the way, and that one is complete. So now we have 3 roses, and they don't smell like plants, they smell like plastic. And you know, that's it for today. So we've created 3 roses and 2 common daisies. And if you give me a moment, I'm going to put something in the bottom of this because I know that in putting these in, they're going to go way down too low. I'm going to put something in the bottom of this to make it look nicer, and then we'll just kind of show off what we've done today. So give me just a moment. Okay, so what I've done is I've just put some cotton down at the bottom. A lot of cotton. Filled this whole place up here, this empty base, and then I put a little bit more up to here. So let's place these in. I think that's about the right height that we need. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Put these roses in. And then put these in also. And I know it doesn't look like much today, but we have a few more flowers to fill that vase with. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It just needs to have more flowers. So that's what we've done today. We've completed the first little bit of flowers. Next time we're going to be working on, looks like the California poppies, a little bit of just random greenery and the lavender next time. So, you know what? I see four of these little white flower studs here. And before we go, I want to see if I missed a step, because I don't see where it asks those anywhere. And my guess is they go right in the middle of the rows, because I never put anything in the middle of the rows. And I'm always going too fast in the instructions, as you can tell. And yes, that's exactly where these are supposed to go. So I have this piece is supposed to go right in the middle, smack dab in the middle. And I'm going to push it down with a pencil, because I don't want to push it like that. So it's supposed to go right into there. So I'll do the other two right now, and then we can end this video. So one right there, and I said there's 4 of those left. Well, one's an extra piece. We don't need all 4. There's that. And that goes right there. Push that on there like that. Okay, now we are complete for today. So I hope you had fun watching. I had fun building. We will see you next time. So later, Gator.